Well, Nick, great game of football that, 3-3. Bit disappointed not to win it?
I think, yeah, a bit disappointed not to maybe get another one. I think after we got back to 3-3, I think for the next 10 minutes there, you know, we really had them under the cosh, and I think we had 2 or 3 great opportunities. Isaac's gone through, Tows's shot to make it 4-3, and then I think, you know, we really are kind of pushing on in the game there. I think the conditions obviously played a huge part in the game, but for the boys to come back from 3-1 down at half time, and to get something out of the game, I think was fantastic, and just shows the kind of spirit that we've got in the camp.
What was the magic then at half time?
Well, no, it's really just trying to give them the belief. You know, it was very hard first half to get out. The conditions were hard, and Spennymoor are a good side. They are a very good side, and they dealt with it well. Obviously, we didn't do things as well as we would like, and we spoke about that. But then we did say second half, you know, if we got a goal back early, then it's all to play for, and we did, and we scored some great goals. And Pez's 2 goals today were great finishes, which is something we've been working on. So really pleased that the fans and everyone here today showed a little bit more about us, which is what we're about, and the quality we can produce and the intensity we can play at if we're on our game.
Yeah, I mean, Spennymoor, like you say, are a good side. They're one of the leading scorers in the league, and I think they showed why that is. They've also got a very tight defence, and we actually managed to breach it 3 times, which was good, and could have been more, as you say. They went 1 up early on, probably just about deserved that on the balance of play at the time, but we responded well. Good free kick in, and Pez has hit it on the half volley. Yeah,
and I think set pieces is something we work on recently, because we're getting a lot of set pieces, either corners, free kicks, throw-ins, and we haven't really got enough joy from them over the season so far. So I think an area, especially in non-league football, set pieces are crucial really. Getting you a number of goals from them kind of areas is crucial, and we haven't got enough of them. We haven't made enough opportunities through them kind of thing. So it was a great finish, good run, a good move, but then we sat off a little bit then for the next 10 minutes, and we allowed them back into the game. And then from one of our own set pieces, I think that the throw-in, we concede because our transitional runs weren't good enough to get back in and to make sure we stopped the crosses. So things we discussed, but yeah, it was hard against the conditions. You know, the pitch was heavy, it was wet, heavy. You know, it looks fantastic, which it is fantastic this time of year. No one's saying anything else, but it was hard against the wind, and we knew if we went out second half and we had the intensity we can play at, then we'd get something out of the game, and we did.
We had a windy night on Tuesday at Rushall, a far stronger wind. Do you think the wind was harder to play in today because it wasn't actually taking the ball away from the players? Is it harder when it's not quite as strong?
It's harder to get your distances right and do everything you want to do, because obviously you're going down the hill with the wind as well, so you've got 2 kind of areas there which the opposition can work on. But yeah, it is hard. It was hard to get out because your clearances can't turn the opposition, and you can't get your back 4 up, so you're defending for long periods. And I think the second or third goal, they got their break in the middle of the box where it was rebounded about, and it's just gone for them. And unfortunately, sometimes it happens, and no matter how good you are as a defender, sometimes it doesn't fall for you. And you can't do anything about that really. You stand aside, you analyse it, but you can't. You know, you can stop the crosses, but you can't make sure in the middle of the box that your clearances are that good that they don't ricochet to someone else. So we were disappointed that we went in 3-1. I thought 2-1 was probably what would have been good for us. But then, you know, it's football.
But an ideal response within a minute of the restart, and I thought it was a very clever goal. There was a lovely header. It was Isaac's header to set up Pez, and he took it well as well. You know, it was an intelligent finish from him to loop it over the keeper.
Yeah, and I think that's something else we've been working on, trying to get sustained possession in the final third in their area, keeping the ball in there. We don't get enough chances to keep the ball in the area, and Isaac's done really well to get in between 2 defenders, put the header back across, and Pez's finish is fantastic really. It gives the keeper no chance right into the corner, and that gives players then belief. You know, no matter what we say at half time, how much we believe in them, you know, they need to make sure they do it themselves, and that gives them the opportunity to say, you know what, let's go again. And then
rarity
out of nowhere, Sam comes up in the edge of the box and sticks one into the top bin, which is fantastic for him because he's been here many years. One of our great players, and he's been really consistent for us over a number of seasons. And for him to get a goal and the equaliser was really just deserved for everything he does for us, really.
But we got to 3-3, and yeah, we had chances, but the last sort of 10 minutes, I think, to be fair, Spennymoor were doing all the pressing, weren't they? And we had to survive a few scares. towards the last.
And I think that happens when you're playing against a good side. You can only keep them down for so long, and then they're going to have their own spell in any half of football when they're a good side. And yeah, we probably rode our luck a bit, but then again, we've had chances. We've probably had just as good as chances as they've had in the second half. But then Adam's pulled off a couple of good saves, and people have thrown their bodies in the way to try to stop shots going on target, and things have fell for us. And one thing we try to build on is the fact that if you work as hard as you possibly can, then things will fall for you more than not. If you allow things to happen, then they won't. And I think the lads did that today. I don't think anyone can really say anything about their work rate and their effort and their desire to try to get something for the club, and that's our first and core point that we have.
One injury, Richard Batchelor went off first half. Is that anything to worry about?
Yeah, well, it's a knee injury that he's been carrying for quite a while now, and he's been playing through the pain barrier, and there's 3 or 4 of them who are doing that really, and so obviously we've got Stourbridge Monday night, a 48-hour turnaround, so we're going to have to assess that. But Batch looks like he's done something to his knee which is quite serious. Sometimes he can get through it, and sometimes he can't get it warm enough to be able to stop the grinding that's happening inside it, so we need to look at it and then see if we can get some kind of diagnosis. On
the good news, as Jack Sherritt made his return, so
yeah, just so we're getting numbers back. Bowles was outside doing a bit today, he's still sore, but yeah, he's doing a little bit. Jack Sherritt come on today and did well for his 50 minutes after being out for so long, so we're getting numbers back, and obviously we're looking to see what else we can do over the weekend as well.
Josh Gordon,
obviously he's played last night. I think we're just all waiting to see what the next step is, but it was always going to be too much for him to come and do anything today really, with the situation he's in, so I think we'll hold fire at that and see whether he's available Monday or not.
Okay. And the other injury?
Who's that?
The gaffer.
The gaffer's a bit better. There is progress there, so it was good for him to be part of it, but yeah, he can't do much from what he is, and it's only going to set him back. So I was on the phone to him a bit, but that was it really, just to try to keep him involved, and everyone wants him back as soon as possible, but with back injuries, you need to make sure that it's right before he does.
Okay, thanks very much.
All right, thank you.